Hi everyone, and welcome to Nursing 345-355, Care of the Childbearing, Child-Rearing Family. As you'll note in the title, this is a family course. While we will talk about specific maternal, newborn, or OB content and specific pediatric content, we really are going to try to look at the family as a whole. We're going to be looking at some family theories, family assessments. We're also going to talk about challenges that families may face, especially in the United States with socioeconomic factors and other challenges. So keep in mind that while we will talk about specific disease processes and challenges to health or wellness that the maternal patient may have, the newborn may have, or the child may have, we're really trying to put that all in the context of family. Okay. I am going to be your host. I'm Mrs. Yeager. I am new faculty to Ursuline, but not new to being a faculty. I've taught at Capital University before in Columbus. I actually was in Columbus for a long time. I was at Nationwide Children's Hospital down there, and my background is NICU. I moved up to Cleveland about a year ago when I got married and have been working at Rainbow in their NICU, and then just started at Ursuline in September. So I think I've met a couple of you through simulations in other courses, but again, just wanted to introduce myself and say hello and welcome. Also, I just wanted to go over a couple of things about the course that you may want to know or look at before we start on January 3rd. And we will go over all the syllabus and other things I'm going to talk about in this brief presentation on the first day, but I know some of you may want to work ahead, and there are 2 assignments that you will probably want to look at, maybe completing or at least taking a look at before the 3rd, because there's a short turnaround on those. Okay, so to give you a brief overview of D2L, I will make these available today. And we've got Nursing 345, which is the lecture component or the classroom component, and then we've got 355, which is the clinical. So 345, with the content that is in there, you can go ahead and find the syllabus for the class, and then also the course calendar will be posted in there as well. The other content that is in there, there is information about all of your assignments. Try not to overwhelm yourself. If you want to take a peek, go ahead. But all of the information about the course assignments will be in there. There will also be information about the challenge questions, which are 3 different topics that we will have discussions about. So you will be required to post them to the discussion board about these topics, and then we'll also kind of just go over them in class a little bit about what people are thinking for different topics that relate to that content for that day. The challenge questions you can get to either from the content section or from the discussion section, and I'll show you again in just a minute about those. Also in the content, you'll find all of the class materials. Classes 1 through 5 already have all the materials posted. So all of the PowerPoints and associated materials, as well as there's a simulation that will be in the 3rd class, and all the information about the simulation will be in there already. Obviously, the rest of the classes for the semester I will go ahead and add as I get all of those materials together for you. Also in the content, the last piece will be additional resources at the very bottom, and those are just going to be general resources for the course, and things like good helpful websites, articles, and also some great Twitter feeds if you're a Twitter person and like to follow some of the things that are going on in maternal newborn health as well as child health. Okay. On the 355 site, in the content section, there will be a syllabus that's being finalized. I'm just waiting on the last 2 instructors to be permanent. So as soon as I get all of their information, I will load that syllabus to you, and that'll be available. And then also all of your clinical assignments are in the content as well. Again, try not to overwhelm yourself, but at the same time, if you're somebody that wants to look ahead, those are already posted as far as what will be required of those clinical assignments for you as well. So like I said, there are 2 upcoming assignments that you may want to take a look at prior to our start date, just because they are due on the 2nd day of class on that Friday. So if you have a lot of things going on Thursday after class, you may want to take a look at these ahead of time. The one is the Safe Medicate Advanced Pediatric Module and Exam. which need to be completed before you can pass medications and clinical. So these should be due before the 8th, although I would like them to be done on the 4th, which is what's put in your course calendar, because of the fact that if you are not successful on the exam, I want to be able to meet with you on that Monday before clinicals so that you're all ready to go. The other assignment that will be due on that Friday is the challenge question number 1, which is a discussion post. So we'll talk about both of those. So the Safe Medicate modules, you've, I'm sure, done these before, but you will navigate up to the modules section, and you guys will be doing the Advanced Skills Pediatric Body Weight-Based Calculation module. Okay. You'll want to complete this entire module before you do the exam so that you're successful on the exam on the first try. So, for just a reminder with these modules that there are multiple parts to them and you need to complete all of them. So on the left side of the screen you'll see the module will open up with the introduction, and the introduction has multiple parts to it. And then once that piece is completed, on the right you'll see that you need to navigate back to that menu and do the introduction, the single dose, daily divided dose, and the practice. So all of those are required for those modules in order to complete it. Okay. After you've completed that, you will take the exam, and that's the Advanced Skills Pediatric AA Formative exam. You will take a summative at the end of this course. Because I want to give you guys more time to try to complete this exam, it will open up at midnight on the 2nd, and it will close at 9 a.m. on the 4th. Okay, so if you want to go ahead and work ahead and do those ahead of time and before class, obviously the module you can complete from now until any time that is due on the 4th, but the exam will be open for 48 hours, well, a little less than that, so that you guys have more time to complete that piece as well. The second piece with the challenge questions, so you can see challenge question number 1, we're going to talk about bullying behaviors, and that will kind of go along with our health promotion and maintenance for our school age and adolescents that we'll be talking about on that second class day. So what you need to do in order to complete this, and again, these challenge questions are part of your assignments, you will get 5 points for each of the 3 challenge questions. And there are 2 parts to it. You need to post your thoughts, and you also need to respond to at least one other of your peers about their response. Okay, so again, these challenge questions are open now until any time. I would prefer if you do the challenge question, you know, a couple of days or as you're doing the reading for that course topic, but I also understand some students want to work ahead, and if you want to go ahead and answer all the challenge questions ahead of time, that is fine as well. They are all due by 9 a.m. on the class day, your discussion post, okay? You will need to respond to somebody either by that time frame or you have up until midnight of that class day as well to respond to at least one other person. But your post needs to be done before class so that we can then have a good rich discussion in class about that. So in order to complete this, you'll just click on challenge question 1, either from the content section or the discussion section, and then you'll click start a new thread. It'll pop up a box, and then you can go ahead and type in your response. Clinicals, as we look forward to our clinicals, you will have pediatric and maternal newborn clinicals. On Tuesdays will be pediatrics. If you are primarily based in the Cleveland Clinic system, you will be at Fairview, and Miss Pearson is going to be your clinical instructor, and she prefers that you would start at 6:30 in the morning because she wants you to be able to go and be able to get report right at 7. So your clinicals, if you're at Fairview, will be 6:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Okay. If you are in the UH system, you will be on Rainbow 6. Wednesdays will be our maternal newborn clinicals. Again, if you're in the Cleveland Clinic system, you will be at Hillcrest, and if you're in the UH system, you will be at Mac House. Okay, I will get a list of your clinical groups posted as soon as I get those from Mrs. Fellows. But for now, if you know that you're primarily in the Cleveland Clinic system, you'll be in these locations, and primarily in the UH system, you'll be in those locations. So that is really it as far as the main introduction. Of course, we are going to go more in detail on the 3rd, and I welcome any questions via email beforehand if you have any questions about the course or these assignments that are due on the 2nd day. Feel free to email me at my Ursuline email. I am actually going to be here the rest of today, and then I will be checking email all the way up until the 2nd, and I will actually be on campus again on the January 2nd if you would like to come in and visit. But otherwise, welcome you guys to the Family Nursing course, and I will see you in January. Thanks.